for the love of fantasy. Loving reading is so important. We want students to laugh, cry, and wonder along with the characters. As a student in Washington School in Wyckoff, I received a top-notch education. My teachers worked tirelessly to teach skills essential to reading, but where I really learned to love reading was in my home. My grandfather, Opa, would read a story, and it felt like I was walking with the characters. My parents were always reading with me and on their own, and I can see my mother crying or laughing as she read books. This is what we need to instill in our students. In the classroom, while teaching reading, no matter the genre, I have strived to help students to visualize a story and walk along with the characters through read-alouds, short shared text, and independent reading. Why fantasy? I have seen conversations in my classroom between students who are avid fantasy readers, and they are experts. In their conversations, they bring insightful practices to less nuanced readers. They identify hidden meaning that brings life to the story. Fantasy is powerful because even reluctant readers love these books. They yearn to escape into a world of adventure and be transformed into an extraordinary life. Characters are exceptional, and they offer a yearning to achieve significance in a reader's life. When reading across a series, it lures students into reading thousands of pages, which develops understanding of events, characters, setting, themes, and moral. As students become hooked on fantasy, they become powerful readers because they are tackling dense text with unfamiliar settings and defined vocabulary. They could use the roots of the word or the suffix and prefixes to define it. They could visualize it. Just the understanding of the genre helps them to define it. Substituting a word, using a reference, or just getting the gist of the meaning. We could even use a poem such as Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll that is filled with nonsense words where students can practice their toolkit of strategies to define vocabulary. While students are reading, they're also practicing so many skills. For setting, they're really thinking about the feeling and the mood that's represented. And there's multiple problems going on that they need to be following. The characters are having an internal and external quest that you can compare and think about. Figurative language is being used to create amazing pictures in your mind. And there's symbolism, just to name a few skills. And while you're reading fantasy, you're also looking to other genres, such as you're looking at maps so that you can see where the characters are traveling. You're researching history to find out about the story and where it takes place, and the traditions in the place that it's being set, or the cultures that are going on. And you're watching videos that offer a visualization and understanding of the plot. These help to interpret the hidden meaning in the text. Fantasies are filled with life lessons for students to learn and bring into their own life. Whether it is Harry Potter, where the students learn about racism, how important it is to treat others with respect in Mufaro's Beautiful Daughters. Real friends help each other when Erica and Wiggloff help each other tackle the dragon in Dragon Slayer's Academy. Or from The Thief of Always, when Harvey Swick, he makes a mistake, but he learned that he can still pick himself up and do better. These lessons are so important for students to learn and bring with them into their real life. Students transfer these lessons into their own life, and it makes them a better citizen and an empathetic individual. And we need to realize that when students love literature, they love to share it with those around them. It is so amazing to hear the buzz about books in the classroom when students can't wait to tell a friend they have just read a book. But if they could create a book trailer that allows the students to take their love of literature and publish it for the world, so others in turn will love the text because they share the trailer with the world. Or reflect on the empathy they developed for a character in their fantasy that has challenged them to make a change in their life decisions and thinking, and publish these reflections on a blog. It can in turn motivate others to become more empathetic. Or they could write an article about what they learned about a social issue, a stereotype, or a symbol that has altered their view of the world around them. These articles can also be published to make a change in the world. As we immerse the students in fantasy, we can create a love for reading that will make them laugh, cry, wonder, and learn along with the character. We want them to love reading.